Welcome to this GiftWorks quick video. My name is Steve Faithful, and in this video I'm going to be demonstrating the enhancements that we've made to the import functionality contained within GiftWorks. Importing donors and donations into GiftWorks has always been quick and easy, but one of the areas that we really felt that the import process lacked was the ability to accurately update donors that already exist within GiftWorks. For instance, some people might use an external online donation service, or they might have an external accounting package, or perhaps they're bringing information over from an older donor management system. Importing the first time into GiftWorks has always been quick and easy, but one of the areas which may have presented challenge to users has been updating information for donors that already exist within GiftWorks. Because previous versions of GiftWorks use the combination of name information to match up against existing donors in GiftWorks, there may have been chances where users may have incorrectly imported information to the wrong donor because of similar names like Bill Smith or Mary Smith, or names that could have been repeated, or names that have a chance of being repeated but aren't actually the same donor. And so one of the areas that we tried to improve in GiftWorks 2010 and provide functionality for was the ability to match up against existing donors within GiftWorks using some ID field or some field that you choose. And so let me demonstrate how we've done that. So you'll notice on my screen I'm using GiftWorks 2010. If I click the sign in button into my database, if I click on the donors tab, in my GiftWorks database I have 3 donors, Jonathan, Steve, and Bill. And each of them have been imported with a limited amount of information. For this donor, Jonathan, I imported his name and some contact information. And then under details, one thing that I've also imported, and I imported into a custom field, was this field called Other System ID. Other System ID is a field that represents some identifier for this donor outside of GiftWorks. So perhaps this is a unique identifier from an online donation service, or perhaps an external accounting system, or perhaps an older legacy system, perhaps the system that they used before you use GiftWorks. And so in bringing the information into GiftWorks, the import I did the first time, I also imported this system ID, this other system ID, so that I can uniquely identify this donor. And I did the same for Steve and Bill. I'm going to show you the Excel spreadsheet that this information came from. This Excel spreadsheet's a simple Excel spreadsheet. It contains 3 donors, Bill, Jonathan, and Steve, each with an address and some information, and then that system ID. In my Excel spreadsheet, it's called My System ID. Now, one of the things I want to try to do is I would like to simulate importing this spreadsheet again, but I'm going to add some additional information that I want to get imported into GiftWorks, but I want to be sure that I match up the information to the right donor. So I'm just going to put a date and an amount column, and this represents a donation date and a donation amount. And I'm just going to put some amounts in here real quick, and I'm also going to add a new donor. I'm going to add a new donor. This additional donor happens to be named Bill Smith as well. So I want to be sure I don't import this information into the wrong donor within GiftWorks. I give this a unique ID as well. That perhaps this came from, like I said, an online donation service or an external accounting system, or perhaps my old donor management system. And so I'm going to put some information in. So once I've provided that information, I'm going to save this Excel spreadsheet, and I'm going to come back to GiftWorks. We're going to want to import this information. So we're going to want to add these donations, these 3 donations, to these 3 donors that already exist within GiftWorks. And then I'm going to want to add Bill as a new donor and provide him, and also import to him this donation for him as well. So let's go back to GiftWorks. Let me close my Excel spreadsheet, go back to GiftWorks. And once I do that, I'm going to go to the settings area of GiftWorks. I'm going to go to database and maintenance, import and export data, and import a file. I'm going to open up that Excel spreadsheet, which contains the information that we were just looking at in Excel. And I'm going to click on next, I'm going to go back to this option screen, and I'm going to show you the new option that we've added within GiftWorks 2010. And the option asks, how should each row of data be matched to existing donors in GiftWorks? As I mentioned before, in previous versions of GiftWorks, we used the combination of name information to determine if a donor already existed within GiftWorks. And if I leave this option as Let GiftWorks Decide, then it'll continue to use the name matching combinations that we've used in the past in previous versions of GiftWorks. But the new option that we've added is the choose the field to use for matching donors, where you can choose which field you want to use to match up to existing donors. Now I know I have this My System ID in my Excel spreadsheet, and I'm going to match it to the other system ID that was imported into the custom field within GiftWorks. And so as long as a donor matches on this between my system ID and other system ID that's in the custom field in GiftWorks, then it will update this, it will choose that as the existing donor and update or add information to it. At the bottom, it also says if a matching donor is not found, how should GiftWorks respond? In this case, I'm indicating add a new donor to GiftWorks. If I knew I was just updating information and only wanted to be sure that I'm updating information but didn't want to add any new, I could then just ignore this row of import data. So if I wanted to simply, if I find any new donors, I want to add them, or if I don't want to add any new donors because no matches were found, then I can just simply ignore the row of import data. So in this case, because I have an Excel spreadsheet that contained 3 existing donors, I expect that 3 donors will be updated with that donation information that I added. And then that last Bill Smith, because there is no matching, because that's a new donor in that Excel spreadsheet, and there will be no match found, I'm expecting that that should be added. So I'm going to click on Next, and I'm going to map the fields. I'm going to choose first name, last name. And simply because I want to add the new donors that appear in my Excel spreadsheet, I'm also going to map the address information. And then zip. And I'm also going to map this to my custom field, other system ID. And then I'm also going to map the donation information. If you're familiar with previous versions of GiftWorks, you'll also notice that the donation menu we've adjusted to include up to 15 donations. And I'm choosing donation 1 date and donation 1 amount. So now that I've mapped all my information, I'm going to click on Next. There's no errors or warnings, so I'm going to click on Next. I'm going to test this import. And it's indicating that it's going to be adding a $100 donation, $200 and $300 donation, and then a $400 donation for Bill Smith. So I'm going to click on Next. Complete the import. Once I do that, I'm going to click on Done, and I'm going to go back to my donor dashboard. You'll notice that it added another Bill Smith, so it did not incorrectly combine these two. It correctly kept them separate. And you notice that it imported donations amounts. If I double-click on Bill Smith, I'll see that this Bill Smith is intact, 100 Main Street. The details, his old system ID is 10101, and the donation has been now added to his donor information. If I go back to my donor dashboard, I'll also see the same has been done for Jonathan and for Steve and for Bill. And this other bill was added. You'll notice even by the times, you can tell the time that it was added. It was added 17 minutes after the initial one, so this was done just a moment ago. If I double-click on it, I'll see that his donation is $400. There's been no combining or mixing of these donors, even though they're named the same. Something else I want to show you, if I come back to my Excel spreadsheet, and I'm going to open up a slightly different Excel spreadsheet. You'll notice this Excel spreadsheet simply has the My System ID and another donation date and another donation amount. There is no name information, there's no other information here, and I'm going to simply import this information into my existing GiftWorks database, just using this system ID. So I'm going to go back to GiftWorks. I'm going to go to the settings area again, database, import a file. I'm going to choose this other Excel spreadsheet, which has the limited amount of information. Click on Next. I'm going to say choose the fields that I want to use for matching again. I'm going to match up my system ID to that other system ID, which is the custom field which contains the ID for this donor. And I'm not going to add any new donors. I'm simply going to say ignore the row of import data. There is no, I expect that I'm only updating existing donors. So I'm going to click on Next. And I'm going to map this to my custom field. I'm going to add a donation under donations, donation 1 date, and donation 1 amount. Once I do that, I'm going to click on Next, test the import. You'll see I just see ID numbers instead of names, but it each has a donation amount with it. Complete the import. Once I do that, click on Done. Click on Donors, and you'll see now, if I double-click on Bill Smith, you'll see instead of just having 1 donation, he has 2. He has the first $100 donation that we imported, and then the $500 donation. Jonathan and Steve have also had an additional donation added to them. And you'll see the last Bill Smith, he still only has one donation because we did not, on my second Excel spreadsheet, I did not import another donation for him. So you'll see how that the new functionality within the GiftWorks import process allows you to simply match on some ID field of your choosing. That way it can guarantee that you're choosing the right donor to update or to add information to. I would encourage you to look at the Help menu within GiftWorks, or go to our website and download that we have an import guide as well that can help you understand these features better. I hope this new feature can enhance your imports and assist you in managing your donor and donation information. And we trust that in some small way, GiftWorks can help you and your organization accomplish the mission to which you've been called. And so thank you for your time, and thank you for watching this video.